Good evening to all of you. Jurisprudence class. There was a question regarding the judiciary. Explain the judiciary. So, day in and day out, we are discussing the topic of judiciary, judicial officers, all these things. Every day subject this is judiciary. So, all of us know that judiciary is an institution. Judiciary includes the judges, the magistrates and their assisting staff. According to section 3, which is an interpretation clause, the definition, or I can say the inclusive definition of the judiciary is that it includes magistrates and judges. Of course, it is an exception that arbitrators, they are not the part of the system of judiciary. So please remember, judiciary, it is a system which integrates and which applies the law in the country. Of course, maybe state law, that is maybe state law or international also. Definitely judiciary has to be functioned, has to be accepted. So please remember, what is the purpose of judiciary in the earlier stages? Even now it is applicable. The purpose of the judiciary is to settle the conflicts without violence. Suppose if the judiciary is not there, if the courts are not there, the might is right. So the person who has got a might, definitely he will go on other persons and he will settle the scores by beating him or by killing him or by trespassing into the land. So unless judiciary is there, the settlement of the conflicts without violence cannot happen. So definitely the judiciary will set up to allow the citizens to settle the conflicts without any violence. Normally, you all know that the main function of the judiciary is to interpret the law. Is it not? So, law is not that easily we can understand. Even when I ask you to discuss or to read some sections, even reading is also not possible by you. Even digesting is very difficult. Even understanding is also difficult. You will get it out. And then the interpretation. Definitely, you have to, the court, the primary function of the court is to interpret the law. Yesterday, in the case of AP Parirakshana Samiti, or when the state of AP went in appeal to the Supreme Court against the order of the AP High Court, then lot of people, they have to interpret the law. Lot of people, they started interpreting law. But whose job it is? It is the job of the courts to interpret the law. Main function. That's why whenever we discuss about the High Court and Supreme Court, we say that their main function is to interpret the law. Right? So please remember, sometimes, so you know Article 50 of the Constitution of India, Doctrine of Separation of Powers. So basing on that, the judiciary will make the law. The judiciary will make the law applicable also in certain space. But normally they do not make any statutory law, but they will interpret the law. This is what I have to tell you. Right? So normally we can take the functions of the judiciary in the following lines. Number 1, administration of justice. This is the main function of the judiciary. Administration of justice. Suppose if any case comes before them, maybe a civil case or maybe a criminal case, they will administer the justice. So the case can be end in conviction. The case may be ended in acquittal also. But it is in the process of the administration of justice. So justice means being fair, not influenced by any other except the evidence. Second, creation of judge-made law. Article 142 of the Constitution of India. Sometimes, till the regular act comes, they can say that this is the law. Best example is the so-called Triple Talaq Act. Triple Talaq was held not constitutional. Ultimately, till a new act is made, the judgment of that is Saira Bano is made applicable as law. So, creation of law. Third point, guardian of the Constitution, judiciary. Yes, whenever your rights are violated, where you can go? If it is a human right, you can go to the ADJ court. If there is a violation of your fundamental right, definitely you can approach the Honorable High Court of AP under Article 226 or 227 of the Constitution of India. If you want to go to the Supreme Court, yes, you can go under Article 32 also. So therefore, court is the guardian of the Constitution, and who can say court is the judiciary is the protector of the fundamental rights. Definitely, whenever your fundamental right is violated, Article 32 or 226, you know that also. Then supervisory functions, sometimes, yes, justice delivery system. So there must be some supervisory actions, otherwise the lower rung of the judiciary, they may act in their own fashion. You have seen. So judges, very recently, I have heard the speech or the discussion of the erstwhile Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, as regards corruption. He said corruption is an individual taste. Corruption corruption is as old as the society. We can't say that there are no corrupt people in the judiciary also. That means there may be some corrupt people. So anyway, unless supervision is there, unless supervision is not there, definitely the things will go berserk. Judgment may be based on so many other things also. Then advisory function. Yes, normally whenever we discuss the topic of Attorney General, we will be saying that he is the advisor to the government. Likewise, court also. Whenever the President of India gets any doubt, they can ask the judiciary to clarify the so-called particular legal point. Yes, they can advise. They need not advise also, but anyway, they can advise. Then conducting judicial inquiries. Sometimes some inquiries have to be conducted. So yesterday in the class I told you the difference between inquiry and inquiry. Friends, there is no much difference, but whenever an inquiry is done by a judicial authority like a magistrate or any person appointed, any commissioner appointed by the court, yes, it is called inquiry. They can conduct the inquiries also. And all of you know, Supreme Court is the final authority in the judiciary. Highest judiciary, Supreme Court. That's why the judges will be, their names will be suffixed with Justice, Honorable Justice. So D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Justice, S.V. N.V. Ramana. Like that, please remember, Justice will be tagged to them. So Supreme Court, High Court. Supreme Court is the highest authority. So to sum up, I tell you, please remember, courts interpret the law. Judiciary, they interpret the law. They also make the law in a limited sense. Right? So likewise, coming to the latest part, e-courts project, judiciary, not only section 327 CR, that is where the court is open to all the public. Now e-courts are also accepted. E-courts projects, of course, till yesterday or till just a few days back, till such time, our Honorable Chief Justice was the commander of the so-called e-courts project. So definitely, so whenever you discuss the 167 CRPC, the person need not be physically present in the court. If he is produced through video conference, yes, it is allowed. So virtual hearing allowed, Zoom classes allowed, or Blue Jeans app, you know, during the corona time, yes, e-courts also are functioning very well. So please remember, there is a bad comment on the judiciary. According to the World Bank, although Indian courts are notoriously inefficient, but some of the judiciary is maintaining the independence. Yes, definitely the aspect of independence of judiciary is accepted even by the World Bank. So this is all regarding the judiciary. Judiciary is an important organ, you know, legislature, executive and judiciary. So judiciary, it occupies the first place. So therefore, judiciary is the organ which interprets the law, which decides the law, which makes the law to some extent, and ultimately sometimes it applies the law also. Right? With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much.